Not feeling like yourself lately? Days are just passing by. Or maybe you need to set yourself apart from the others.
A gap year can be a great solution, but take a second to consider what you want to come away with.
I've got some great pictures of me in front of some famous buildings. I got some cool stories about riding some trains in Europe, and $20,000 worth of debt.
I have $20,000 saved, learned a bunch of new skills, really got to see America, and I'm now completely versed in one of America's leading industries, the logistics industry. I'm ready to hit the job market.
How do you want to answer that question at the end of your gap year? Stay tuned to figure out why trucking is the ultimate gap year experience.
Okay, so let's start with the question, why would I even do a gap year? What is the objective that most people have when they embark on this idea? Well, I would say it's typically one of three things. We're either looking for that reset to kind of recalibrate ourselves. We're feeling a little overwhelmed by the world we're living in, and we just want to kind of come back to the surface a little bit. Now, the second thing a gap year is good for is creating perspective, giving us more of a worldview. I think that's a lot of people's motivation, is they feel like the world that they lived in is a little narrow, and they want to broaden their perspective and gain a deeper understanding of the world that they're living in. That third thing I think typically folks are looking for is betterment. How can I come out of this year in some sort of intrinsic or extrinsic betterment? How can I better my life moving forward? So how does trucking accomplish these three objectives? So first off, logistics is a great industry to get into because you're going to learn a ton of new skills. Some of those skills include things like time management, salesmanship when you go to shippers and receivers, efficiency with your clocks and with your fuel economy, interpersonal communication skills. You're going to learn patience, attention to detail. There are leadership opportunities to collaborate. Being adaptable is a skill that we'll learn, teamwork, and empathy, not to mention creativity and problem-solving skills. As we're out there on the road, we're going to see things come up, and it's our job to solve those problems. And as we as operators like to say, keep small problems small. Now, another thing that trucking is going to do for you over that entire year that you're an operator, you're going to have no bills. When I did this, I had the objective to be out here for just a year, and I loved that part of it. I thought, okay, I'm not going to have rent, I'm not going to have a car payment, I'm not going to have utility payments, I'm just going to have phone and food mostly as I'm out there stacking up a pile of money. So you eliminate a lot of bills when you get into the logistics business. Another big draw, and this checks that perspective worldview box pretty good, is you get to see America, and not just that kind of shining city on a hill America with these main places, Los Angeles, New York, Atlanta, Chicago, these kind of big hubs, Miami, places like this, but you also get to see all of those littler places that you may have never checked out. And not just different smaller cities, but different types, rural communities, farm communities, different types of people. It's a socioeconomic awakening as well, because we get to see the entire spectrum of what America is. Farmers, manufacturing workers, service industry workers, transportation workers, manual labor. We really get to see a smattering of who makes up America. And that perspective, that worldview, is just really something special to be a part of. Now, another thing that draws a lot of people to this industry is in 1 year, you can sock away a lot of money, as much as $20,000, $25,000 if you're living frugally and being smart about it. So what an opportunity that is for whatever the next phase in your life is. Either you want to pay down debt, you want to invest in school, maybe you want to invest in a new piece of property, put a down payment on a house. This amount of money, it's life-changing, and it allows you a springboard into whatever is next for you. And finally, I think probably one of the most important things when we think in terms of that betterment idea, employability. I've done some hiring in a previous line of work. If an applicant comes to me and tells me they have just finished a year of trucking, tells me the skills that they learned, time management, communication, adaptability, problem solving, and we're able to have a plan and see it through, that makes you a very coveted individual. People want you on their team. So after a year of being in the logistics industry, you are highly employable. So as we can see, if we give freight just 1 year of our life, we are gonna come away with something incredible. It's gonna check that reset button. It's also gonna give us some perspective, some worldview, and leave us in a better position, both financially and skill-wise. And that's why it seemed like a no-brainer when I got into it. But I kind of fell in love with the road trip, the freedom, the teaching, and maybe you will too. Maybe it checks all the boxes for you. But don't just take my word for it. Here, let's check in with some other drivers that I've worked before and see what they think about this.
Parked at one of our prime drop yards and I'm going to be exploring today, so I'm bringing you along with me. My dog. I'm bringing you guys along with me and we are going to be going over a few things of why I've enjoyed my journey trucking. Whenever I feel I have enough time to go and explore, I'll probably check out a couple places, restaurants, things to do in the area and stuff, you know, places that has Ubers. Oftentimes I try and see if there's also like walking trails, things like that. Arizona, and I had parked up there for a 34-hour reset after delivering, and there was a baseball game on, so I was able to get myself some tickets, go to the baseball game, kind of just relax for the whole day. So the thing that I love about driving is you just never know where you're going to end up, what activities you're going to get to explore along the way, places, people. This job has really opened up a lot of opportunities for traveling for me. It's something I've always wanted to do, and now I get paid to just travel the country, so definitely recommend. So we just got back to the truck, I took a shower, and we are getting ready to head out. Our delivery's at 3 o'clock today, so I'm just doing a little pre-trip, checking my tyres. About to head on out of here. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
So guys, as we can see here, trucking is the ultimate gap year. It really is. We're gonna learn a bunch of new skills. We're gonna have no bills while we're doing it. We really get that road trip experience of seeing America, all the nooks and crannies. By the end of it, you'll have saved up quite a bit of money as long as you're being savvy about it. And employability, by the end of it, you're gonna have those skills that are going to be coveted by employers. So there you have it, check it out. If you're interested, please reach out to me directly. I will get you in the right hands with a recruiter and we'll get you in that seat making some money in no time. Other than that, same stuff as usual, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, comment below with any questions or any ideas you might have. And as always, stay safe out there on the road. Until next time.
How do you want to answer that question at the end of your gap year? Stay tuned to figure out why trucking is the best gap year experience.
This is getting shaky fast.